One woman is changing the lives of children, one doll at a time. Amy Jandrisovitz is the woman behind the nonprofit A Doll Like Me. She makes dolls for children who don't see themselves on store shelves.
We're talking about kids with limb differences. We're talking about kids with cancer or birthmarks, just kids that can't walk into a toy aisle and say, hey, that looks just like me.
Years ago, Amy was a social worker in Los Angeles. She worked with children with cancer and understood back then how important it was for those children to be comforted and to feel represented.
I think that we wildly underestimate the power of being seen and seeing yourself. And I think that that's what's made these so successful.
So why is your baby important to you?
Because he has hands and toes like me.
You know, we tell kids you're perfect, you're beautiful just the way you are, but we don't show them themselves in anything that looks like them. I mean, they'll never see themselves in another child, let alone a toy. And so I think that this is very powerful in that way.
So he's important to you because he looks like you?
Yeah.
Amy's made dolls her entire life for fun, but now she's making them for a greater purpose.
We haven't eaten in our dining room in 7 years. Yeah. And like our kitchen counter typically has, you know, paint or doll hair sitting on it. The glue gun is almost always on. The reason why I went into social work in the first place was to make a difference, and now I'm just doing it in a different way.
About 7 years ago, a friend of hers approached her and asked her to make a doll with an amputated leg.
And I'm not joking when I say within 2 months, I had 200 doll orders. At that time, it was only for dolls with limb differences. I've actually never been caught up since that point, but what it shows you is how hungry people are for a narrative that includes their kids.
By the power of social media, word spread, and now she's making dolls for children all over the world.
This doll is actually going to Canada. It's for a little girl who fell backwards into a fire pit. It's a common request that I get is dolls with burns, because it's such a painful, long process that to have a doll that they can do play therapy with is really important.
Amy says one question people often ask her is why she doesn't mass produce these dolls.
This is not a factory situation. You can get that somewhere else. It's not a check the box, right? If you want right arm or left arm. This is a story that parents typically want to tell you. And so I don't ever want to lose that intimacy.
Behind each doll is a child with an important story.
The ones that take the longest are the dolls that are really emotional for me, that have a really heavy story attached.
Like this little girl, a Syrian refugee, who suffered burns to her body, the loss of fingers and an ear, when the candle meant to keep her family warm caught the place they were staying in on fire. Julia now lives in Germany and goes to school.
And that one took a long time, just personally, because I thought of the weight of this little girl's story. I think that we have a skill set, and I think that, you know, as humans, we're obligated to share that skill set with each other. I mean, look at something simple as a doll. Can change someone's life.
And thanks to GoFundMe and all the donations, Amy has actually been able to give the dolls away to these families for free. Follow A Doll Like Me on Instagram. Each child's story will inspire you. That much I do promise you.
Wonderful thing to do.
I know. It really, I really enjoyed doing this story. Yeah.
In ways that you would never have thought about in the past,
and
right?
she's so right. You know, these kids don't have dolls that look like them, and how lonely that must have felt for them until they were able to get their hands on one.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's just awesome.